Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie, Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the resurrection of the Bubblegum Diaries. This is a playlist that reaches back to 2019 but has been silent since. So, this will be the 6th overall video and the 5th review of this playlist. This will be the first of the second generation bubblegums, and we will be looking at this guy. This guy came out in 1975. There was a rather large gap in between the last of the first generation, which was Bazooka. When I say that, first generation surviving, okay? So in this playlist, there'll be an opening video. There'll be Double Bubble 1928 variation. And then there will be Super Bubble from 1946, and then Bazooka from 1947. There is a fourth review. It is the modern day Double Bubble, okay? But 1947 Bazooka was the last of the surviving first generations. Shoot forward to 1975. And Lifesavers Company of St. Louis, Missouri acquired the recipe for this. They acquired it off of a housewife from Fisk, Missouri, which had been making it herself and sending it to school with her son to hand out, and she called it Rubber Bubble Gum. Rubber Bubble Gum. So, Lifesavers got it in 1975, and it went on into mass production. And around 1977, late 76, early 77, a nasty rumor started circulating that it was so soft because Lifesavers Company was adding spider eggs. Spider eggs. And you're thinking to yourself, that can't be real. Yeah, that is real. It was so real and so damaging that the Lifesaver Company took out full-page ad rebuttals in all the nation's top newspapers, including the New York Times, amongst others, and were able to put that to rest. That said, years later, there was still like an urban legend that there were spider eggs, and I say that because I remember hearing it, and that would have probably been in 1983, 84, somewhere around there. So, after they put it to bed for the most part in 1977, then sales really started to go up. Other companies took notice, and they came out with their own products. So what made this different? Well, the softness. The softness minus the spider eggs. All right? The first generation bubblegums were hard getting started. When you first put them in, they're pretty tough. Then the flavor was really, really good, and then they started going back to being really, really tough. Bazooka probably being the worst of them. This is what I would term like a soft serve bubblegum, all right? So this is a 10-pack, all right? It retails in my local Walmart for, I think, about $1.08, all right? Wawa's carry the 5-packs, would be the classic bubblegum 5-piece strip. It's about half of that package-wise. It's very shiny cellophane, or not. I hate. It's not cellophane. It's like a foil wrapper, basically. Then you got the duck. That is Floyd D. Duck on the front there. Floyd came about in the 1990s. So basically, Lifesavers Company got rid of this in 1981. Nabisco got it. And Nabisco brought into being Floyd D. Duck right there, the punk rock duck in the 1990s TV advertisements. In 2000, the Hershey's Company bought the rights to Bubblegum, and they still have it 21 years later. So it is of the Hershey's Chocolate Company of Hershey, Pennsylvania. That said, they are noted on the back as distributing it. It is manufactured in Mexico according to this packaging. So on the back, you do have the Hershey's right up there. You have ingredients, which is basically everything you would imagine it to be. And there are a quick nutrition. Now, there are 10 pieces. Each piece is a serving. It is a 2.8 ounce package. All right. Per serving, 25 calories, 0 fat, 0 sodium, 6 grams of carbs, which is 2% of your daily. 5 of those 6 grams are sugars, which is 11% of your daily, and 0 protein. There is no significant anything else nutrient-wise in it. So that is that, and we will get into this. So you have a little, if I can get it, and it doesn't want to go, right? Okay. Right there, there is a pull tab. And you want to find that because these things are a real pain in the butt to get into if you don't have it. And you got your classic cube of bubblegum. Just like the old Hubba Bubba, the Bubblicious, etc. Sort of a wax paper. The stuff is noticeably light to look at. And this is because you have just been looking at, in the previous reviews, first generation, that some of them really go overboard on whatever food coloring they use. Modern day Double Bubble, particularly so, all right? And that is why it stains your tongue when you chew the stuff. It stains your tongue red. Now, this stuff is soft, though. Very soft. And soft to get started. You're not going to get the flavor burst of some of the first generations. That said, you're not going to get the flavor diving 3 minutes later either. So, I'm going to throw a couple of these in. It's soft stuff. And in 1975, 76, when it came out, that was very, very noteworthy. Had you been spending the last 20 years breaking parts of your mouth on Bazooka, you would have really appreciated the fact that this stuff was soft right off the bat. The flavor is mellow. It's obviously bubblegum, but it's very cream soda bubblegum original, okay? Nothing sharp about the flavor. Flavor's good. There's plenty of it, but there's nothing that's like, oh, wow, that's a sugar bomb, or that's a, you know. It's consistent. And in the mouth, it's consistent. It does harden up after a while. I mean, if you go like a half hour with it, yeah, it loses flavor and it starts getting a little tougher. But not the sharp decline that you'll get with Double Bubble or Bazooka or Super Bubble. So, I was a little surprised to see that this is being manufactured in Mexico. Because I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm fairly close to Hershey. I do see this stuff. This is the only bubble gum that is sold at checkouts around here. Everything else has disappeared, except for this. Wawa's have the 5-pack, the 1.4 ounce 5-pack. The Walmarts have this. Walmarts around here do have Double Bubble in bags in the candy section. That's basically it. I don't know what the deal is. There seems to be all manner of chewing gum everywhere. But bubblegum seems to be quickly disappearing. Excuse me. So, if you see it, I would definitely give this a try. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. Most will be familiar with this, I would imagine. So, bubblegum is, it's sort of like, I'm almost viewing it like some of the harder to find old school-ish chewing tobaccos. The twists, the twisted rope and whatnot from smaller companies. If somebody doesn't keep buying it, like them, bubblegum is just going to disappear. And I have a feeling that a bit of it has to do with societal pressure, like the non-littering deal. Because when I was a kid, you walk down a sidewalk, especially near stores, and the sidewalk was just covered with gum. Not the nicest thing, and it's a lot nicer now that isn't like that. But at the same time, this is classic Americana at its best in my mind, and I'd hate to see it disappear completely. So if you see Bubble Yum, do pick up a pack. If you don't like it, give it to your kid or a nephew or whatever. Anyway, I am off. There will be one more video that goes live today. It will be a book review. I do remind those that are interested about the Amazon storefront in the description. Okay? Don't have to buy anything actually that I have. I have stuff there just as interest. But if you're buying something from Amazon anyway, if you could use that link to go through. Anyway, this has been the review of Bubble Yum from the Hershey Company. The first of the second generation bubble gums coming out in 1975. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves. And as always, God bless.